Somewhere in the city of India, people are trying to wake up a giant monk. They use methods, the most unusual thing they think of. Turns out the man's name is 3rd Street. And I'm surprised that people are so small. Compared to me, one of the little ones grabbed the monk's nose and said that he's really his master. And then he gave Sugar 3 a trophy. Because I finally achieved my goal. People bring out a giant aura. Then immediately grab it and put it on your back. Make the magic item glow brightly. On the 3rd day, he started laughing arrogantly, and the halo quickly exploded, finally blowing up my face. It turns out that everything was just a dream. Road 3, wake up from the thunder echoing nearby. But in fact, you're working in a circus, full of very strange people. Attraction asking for money. Get the audience to see you perform. After managing to get their first audience. Line 3, show the audience that your first disciple is 8. They were afraid of the stranger. He just wants to marry the woman in front of him. Immediately. Then, line 3, show them their second disciple. It looks like Frankenstein's monster is bald. Find a way to leave a mental scar on the baby for life. The customers became angry, ask you to refund them. When others gather in a crowd, make you ashamed. Then the monk. I promised that the show, my last to make up for everything. Then he introduced through the monkey king named Wukong. People are confused when Wukong doesn't fall and lay on the ground like a dead frog. Line 3, try to beg people for another chance. He coughs furiously and makes an audience, avoiding you for fear of Corona. Of China, a spiky owl woman. Pity him and take his dumplings to donate. Tired of the fight? Wukong, don't finally get up and rush towards the audience. It causes great damage when flying through buildings like a bullet and create a giant tornado to destroy everything. Line 3, realize how serious the situation is and run away immediately. After escaping from the 3rd Street Circus, you punish the monkey demon by whipping. Continuous ROI on the monkey. She didn't scream in pain because of the injury. The other brothers are afraid to look. The monkey was defeated by Road 3 after using the hand of Buddha crushed him under the rocks and brought him to the monkey. The nightmares repeat every night. In the morning after waking up, Road 3 decided to find a spot for his disciples. I ventured deeper into the forest and found a big house in the forest. He knocked on the door for some food and was surprised. A beautiful woman appeared, welcome him and invite him to dinner. Line 3 immediately agreed to the generous offer. More and more women are showing up. They try to seduce a young bird with long legs up to its armpits. Upon entering the mansion, 8 worlds quickly hypnotized because of the beauty of the girls. While Road 3 thanked the hosts for giving them good meals. But the woman wants them to stay and breed. Told the monk that she could take care of them from a... What you don't realize is, Wukong has seen through her disguise and discovered that all these beautiful girls are really demons. The spider is waiting to eat his master. Monkey King, go to the woman and tell her to show up. But Street 3 became angry at this behavior and kicked all his disciples out and condemned for the behavior. Be rude to people who have treated you well. However, the girls quickly turned into giant spiders and surrounded the monk. There's nowhere to run. The 3 bridges did not return to save his life. Fortunately, Wukong grabbed the monk to stop him from being swallowed. Saw increases recall of its weapons and fight spiders on your own. The spider quickly launched towards the rising S and pinned you to the wall and spit into his mouth to poison him. He killed the enemy at the last moment and narrowly escaped death. Meanwhile, other monsters trying to steal virginity. The monks, they've covered line 3 with spider webs. But Wu did not quickly grab his master. Then, tearing up the web, throwing spiders into the air, and ran out from the ceiling. The monkey tried to catch the master from the tickle, and quickly realized that they're being enveloped, surrounded by little spiders falling from the sky to the ground. Suddenly, the whole floor started to crumble. People fall into the basement of the building, finally to the nest of a giant spider. Route 3 goes to the mantra, and immediately came across a giant creature. It's made up of thousands of tiny insects. The final form of the demon. Spider, Wukong rushed quickly and punched through the enemy to grab the creature's head, then defeat the demon in seconds. Route 3 tells the monkey not to kill this creature. I want to turn the monster into something better. But Wukong didn't punch, flying the enemy's head and smashing the spider constantly like a... The devil eventually turned to dust. Road 3 became very angry with his disciples for killing lives as if they were nothing. But the devil, the monkey, doesn't feel guilty about that behavior. They continue their journey out of the dead forest. The 8 worlds are pulling the Tang as being poisoned. Finally, to a desert. They're moving closer to a city full of people. The decorations makes it look like a Disneyland version. I was amazed at the culture of the city. People here are staring at them in amazement. When you see a sea creature living on land, they were quickly stopped by a bunch of flag bearers. That's the minister of this city. She walked out in the white smoke to welcome the guests. They went to the king's palace. When I walked in, I was met by a dancing crowd, dance crazy, to amuse their king. People who are riding on electricity. Then he wants Tang Street. Perform his magic for fun. But the monk didn't have any skills to show, and quickly refused. This angered the king and gave him orders. Beheading the monk. Make way 3. I have no choice but to agree. Perform. They go backstage. Wukong, I didn't suggest that master should use the obedience charm, so I can control master's actions when performing a performance. This plan made the master hesitant. If you're not in trouble, like I'm dancing sexy, I don't know where to put my head like this. The monkey demon completely ignored the master's complaint, then put a charm on the back of the 3rd street and pushed my master out. Make him fly like a pinwheel. People are amazed before the superhuman ability of Road 3. He took his bald head and rotated it 360 degrees, but the audience was quickly silenced by the performance. Turns out it's a ridiculous monkey dance. Make your teacher have to follow every move. Make the audience run out of shit. The show quickly lost control when the monkey slapped his brother in the face. The monk struck the king in the face, and how the king cried in front of all his maids. Sorry to bother you about the last act. However, Wukong, not so fast towards the king. At breakneck speed, he hit the king in the face. The king spewed fire from his mouth and... Let's throw the monkey out. But Wukong can't resist the fire and repel the blow. Attack after that attack. The king is a red devil, called Na Tre Error version. The devil immediately attacked. It's throwing blows. He punches the monkey like rubber bands. But enlightenment can't derail. To direct attacks is... and grab the enemy and punch him in the head. The red devil became angry. It summons its magic weapon, blowing people away by its giant airflow, and make the fish devil fall all over the devil's yard. Na Tra threw the spinning blades at the monkey and tried to tear the monkey to pieces. The monkey was knocked out of the palace. Na Tra soared to the sky while carrying his 2 giant wheels. And then it started, charging a huge amount of energy from his belly to launch towards the monkey. The monkey tried his best to stop the attack by creating a large shield to stop it. However, the monkey quickly lost the duel energy and thrown into the palace, then crashed into the ground. The truth, mocking his opponent and likening the monkey to an animal. The smell makes the monkey roar furiously. The monkey pulled out the flag behind his back and raised it, the palace in the air. The monkey walked out of the building with the tree, my staff, then rushed towards the enemy at breakneck speed. Immediately, she threw more fire at Wukong. Monkey immediately repelled the flames by spinning the flag and blowing. Fly the enemy. They finally managed to completely control the flames, blazing red. The monkey breathes the flames in its eyes and launches them into the air. Enemy, defeat the demon with terrible power. Tang seizes the opportunity. Use your breath to freeze the enemy. Take the red devil to the palace and stop at the foot of the monkey. Road 3 dart in and catch the demon. Use your own sealing technique. Turn it into a doll and give it to the minister, in the hope that she can turn the bad entity. far from being something better in the future. They can also find the real king inside the palace's basement and finally released him back to his kingdom. To thank the monk for saving his life, the king decided to give the monk any, which frequency is mine, as a word of gratitude. I see the concubines too. The beauty, I can't even smell these beauties. Then, the king asked a beautiful girl to stand in the crowd. Rich, let her dance for the heroes to celebrate. The girl started her dance, like a beautiful swan in front of jealousy of all the other women, but she quickly caught the monk's attention. The third line begins to remember another woman I loved a lot before, and now this girl dances the same way. Under the moon, she seemed to fall in love immediately and decided to take her on a journey. Fill your space with me. The woman's name was Xiaobai, and the two become very close when they're together. They completely ignore others because they were devoured by the love whore. But Wukong was quick to suspect the girl, that she might actually be a demon in disguise. People are trying to peel Xin and eat fresh to swallow his master alive. Funny monkey, try to use the magic mirror. I looked up at the woman to see through her true form, but only see a mirror image of a beautiful woman. In times of frustration, monkey drawn knife, cut the neck. He took blood and went to the mirror to test his theory, but it doesn't prove anything. This made the master cover the girl even more. Monkeys ask girls to meet their families because the devil can't have any human parents. Very quickly after that, they come inside the women's village. There's a lot of people living, and Wukong is not confused. I don't know why this could happen. Wukong doesn't start attacking people inside the house and threw Xiaobai's family against the wall, that they're nothing more than illusions. The monkey turned his attention to the girl. Road 3 dashed in to stop his disciple. Blame the monkey for killing the woman I loved. It turns out that the woman in the memory of the 3rd Street was actually killed by a monkey as she tries to protect her master. It's caused a deep conflict between the two of you that's never solved. Enlightened, the monkey turned his back on his master and rushed out of the house into his true form and kill all the people outside, trying to prove that it's all an illusion. Road 3. Quickly run, follow the monkey to stop the madness, but only in time. Ants, the terrible consequences of rage of the monkey demon caused. The monkey laughed at the monk's illusion and start walking towards the monk to try to kill Xiao by so that master, bright eyes out. But Road 3, don't let the monkey kill any more innocent people. Then try to fight the demon by using his Buddha hand technique, but overpowered by the monkey, and beat it easily with a stick like that. When you see that the 3rd Street is about to be killed, the woman begged the monkey to let Road 3 live and admit that she's actually a demon. And the whole town, it was created by her magic. But your belated confession, it doesn't change the anger of the Wukong. And then it turns into the stone version of the curve. It grabbed Master and devoured him alive. Little White, I beg you to spare the life of my lover. The giant demon roared furiously and jumped towards the top. Nearby mountains, finally climbed to the top and released the woman. Suddenly, a loud voice was heard in the distance. Turns out the minister is flying to the top of the mountain with the red devil, Natra era version. Turns out she's actually the mastermind behind the chaos of the kingdom, and she's planning to use it. Little White's spy snake to seduce. The ultimate goal is that she can get revenge. People who have messed up, mixing up her seed. What she didn't realize was, Wu never ate his master's flesh, and the monk didn't lose any hair. It turns out they know that Xiaobai is a demon from the beginning and just pretend. Let's play together so they can find the real culprit. I realized that my plan had failed. The minister told the red devils to attack immediately, but King Kong froze the enemy with magic. The monkey smashed it to pieces, kill the red devil completely, then roar furiously to challenge the enemy. The minister uses all his power, summon a shockwave towards the opponent. They beat everyone except King Kong. It's resisted tremendous energy and protect his master with his tail, scurrying towards the enemy violently. Evil and crashed into the mountain, but Set, the chief, avoided the attack and escape in the clouds. Wukong did not chase her quickly, and threw the mountain that's thrown at me, but saw that she had summoned a giant Buddha next to the tsunami that's raging. The monkey demon took his magic wand rod and prepared to repel the waves. She also pushed all the water towards Wukong by controlling the giant palm of the statue. Loving monkeys is not easy. It overcomes the enemy and repels the attack. Give yourself a chance to jump to the cloud and try to approach the Buddha. However, the enemy quickly fooled the monkey. Then they launched a series of attacks. Monkey demons are forced to flee quickly, very fast. Many statues rise from the ocean and they put the monkey in the middle. And then there's the onslaught of monkeys from all sides. Lock the stone monkey inside the shockwaves. Make the monkey in pain in front of the giant energy. Just before the enemy is about to finish off the monkey, a giant arm out of the water and grab the statues. Release, enlightenment, and complete destruction of Buddhas. Phase key, turns out road 3. I finally decided to use the magic. Buddha hands up. The enemy completely defeats the female lover and falls hand enlightened monkey. A giant airflow appeared in front of the entire team. The Buddha really appeared. Congratulations on catching one of these. Your disciple. That woman is a fire phoenix. Escaped from heaven and create chaos for humanity. They returned to the mountains and found that Batch was seriously injured. Road 3. Try to comfort the woman and help her escape. But she just wanted to know if the monk, have you ever loved her truly or not? However, Road 3 said he couldn't love anyone else. There is only one woman in my heart, and she died in part 1. Long ago I heard the monk's answer. The girl died in tears and disappeared into the world beyond. Her body turned to dust. Then the group continued their journey to India, so that they can finally get their money. On the way, the third line still sees his true love, always by his side. This scene is the end of today's movie. If you see or give us a like video and a channel subscription, thank you all and see you, bye bye.